Well, where are we planning on going? I heard those other farmers need our help against the other people. So what's your plan there? I'm Humphrey, and you too, Bob Ross in the back.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot else to do. There's only so much.
Hey, you shut up. I'm not asking you. I'm asking the guy driving the thing. We were asked for help, and now what's our plan? I don't get what the heck you guys get off thinking you could just plow me around everywhere with my stupid pitchfork, just driving through people.
Well, if you could just quit complaining, maybe we could actually get somewhere and actually make a decent amount of money for our family.
Yo, why don't you two just calm down and chill out for a second? We'll get there here soon. The elder halfling has asked us for help against these other blue halflings that are popping up everywhere. And if I can't have you two semi-getting along, then I don't know if we can even get there in time. For all we know, they could be trampled and kind of stomped out for all we know. Oh yeah, I get that, but why can't we just get there already? People here are waiting, and yes, I know, they're waiting, and we have all the time in the world. You can't do nothing that's gonna change anything.
What's up, guys? It's your boy V, and for the first time in a while, we've got a new How to Main the Units, episode 13, the Wheelbarrow. Yes, I use a sticker. The Wheelbarrow is probably what I would describe as another one of those rushdown things, similar to the Raptor or Raptor Rider. And much like the Raptor Rider, it's not just the Raptor you have to worry about here. And in this case, it's not just the Wheelbarrow itself that you're going to have to worry about here. You also have the farmer on the front, the apple thrower in the back, and the Bob Ross looking guy in the backpack driving the thing. The farmer is your just basic run-of-the-mill farmer carrying a pitchfork, and that's about it. You got the apple thrower in the back who acts as a knockoff, I would say like a very, very nerfed version of the stoner. And then you have Bob Ross there in the back, a tall, lanky dude who's fairly strong and can hold his own pretty well in a fight after I played him a few times. But aside from that, these guys are pretty good, albeit a little expensive. Granted, you're kind of paying the price of 3 guys for 1, but hey, it works out. They all work together pretty well in the conjunction of this wheelbarrow. It surprises me how fast Bob Ross there can actually carry the thing and how fast he can run with it. But on top of that, the apple thrower provides a great sense of range to the unit, and then the fork of it all, being the pitchfork on the farmer, makes it to be a very balanced unit overall for the most part. When using the wheelbarrow against anything that is a melee or infantry, it's always good to know that you can just ram stuff with your wheelbarrow, and that's damage. That's literally just guaranteed damage. It's like the Raptor whenever they run into things, or the Raptor Rider on the same thing. But the wheelbarrow has a lot of other things going for it too that makes it stand out in its regard compared to the other two I just talked about. The apple thrower will constantly pelt enemies with, apples, and anyone who decides to get a little bit too close to the front will obviously meet a pitchfork to the face. This works well because you've got kind of a great form of synergy between all 3 units. You have the one driving, you have the guy getting everyone off, and then you got the ones keeping the ones at bay from a distance. It's very helpful, and with that, it makes it a lot easier with melee units in particular that are shorter than the wheelbarrow, because although halflings can jump, things like a farmer, for example, see here, 1 charge and the apple thrower was already dead. And so with this, a lot of the things I like to kind of use is a little bait and switch. It might still get your dudes killed, but yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That was dumb on my end. Yeah, so it's listen, it was a dumb maneuver. I don't get why I had to freeze this to expand on that segment, but now you know. That was a dumb move. Anyway, back to the video. But yeah, the better movement to do is to stay outside of where they can hit you, because the apple thrower will just chip away at them, and then, as I've said in other videos, just remember, this is totally accurate battle simulator. You are not the only unit on the field. if you have other units, you can use the wheelbarrow as a really nice chip and distraction dude. So that way your other units can get in there and screw them up. I like doing this little thing where I jerk Bob Ross around and get him to bait out swings. So that way I can have like a safer time going in since they'll still be on cooldown. That's one thing I use, but personally, everyone's got their own strategies. Now for shield units, it's honestly not that much different. I used both protectors and shield bearers for this, but it's really not that much different. The only thing about these guys is that they do both less damage, but they obviously have more defense due to the shields, and the apple thrower won't exactly be able to chip away at them too easily. But because of the fact they don't do as much damage, it's pretty easy to just run them down and just run right through them. No matter what kind of phalanx or whatever the heck they got going on, unless it's got some pokey coming out of it, run it down. I don't really see any reason not to just immediately run down stuff that has a shield, but just try and keep in mind how much damage your front guys have taken, and you should be able to keep everything in check. Now against ranged units, this is hugely dependent on what kind of ranged units you are going against, because 9 times out of 10 if you're against something like a stoner here, your front guys are going to get wiped out immediately. So your best bet there is to try and throw yourself around a lot, but not too much to where the wheel comes off the wheelbarrow and then you got to fight on foot. But overall, if you can just outmaneuver whatever thing is thrown at you, you should be fine. Against DPS units, the wheelbarrow is, it's equipped for it, but direct confrontations are not the best. Speaking of not the best, I apologize for how choppy this video is. So, when fighting someone like the Chieftain, always remember to not just bum rush him immediately. The thing with the Chieftain is that he is a very high damaging unit, and obviously getting in close to something like that is, well, I mean, it's a bad idea. You shouldn't be close enough. So with the wheelbarrow, you want to stay outside of its range and just pelt it with apples until it falls over. Granted, this strat can be used for a lot of things, but against these guys, this would be best. So against AoE units, so with the Harvester, it's just a game of keep away. I say that, and yet my video shows all of us just running in. So the thing about the Farmer, actually, that I didn't realize until looking into it, is that the Farmer actually has a little bit more HP than the regular Farmer. But anyway, the Traveling guy that you play as, the one I keep referring to as Bob Ross, is actually pretty tanky, and he's pretty fast. He's able to run in, do stuff, and his little slaps actually do a good amount of damage for a big dude like himself. But yeah, just try not to run directly into the Harvester. Against other AoE units, like for instance the Bone Mage, or like, I mean, if you want to count the Potion Maker as AoE because of the splash, then I wouldn't recommend going after ranged AoE, but anything that's like solo and on its own, maybe, sure. Although, even then, it's still kind of spotty whether you can do that or not. Because, like I also said in the Harvester video, when I brought up in the random matchup segment that this could go pretty bad for the Wheelbarrow if they don't keep their distance, because one perfectly timed swing can take out all 3 of them. But as long as you can maybe bait out a swing and get them to fall over a few times, that way you can get a bit more damage in. But if you mistime something, you're going to have a little bit of an issue there. Granted, I got really lucky here with the Farmer, and he was able to tank the last hit there. But, yeah, just keep your distance.
Well, thank you all for coming. We're in desperate need of your help. As you can see, we've got the majority of the blue halflings here. If you can help us take them out, that'll be a huge help. Chances are this will be a hard one. So, if any of us don't make it, just inform our loved ones, will you? Please. It's the least I can offer for these boys. I don't know who their parents are, but if you can at least get the message out after the fact, then I'll be happy. And thank you for coming, Bob Ross.
Well, of course. I don't even sound like Bob Ross, but I'm still gonna go with this voice. Plus, me and the boys here are fine. We got here just fine. Yeah, after we ran over some halflings, of course we're fine. We're A-okay, and we're gonna be in tip-top shape to deal with these blue buffoons. Yeah, I still like the look of my pitchfork. It's pretty cool looking. And every time I say it, everything just gets so much better for me. I hate that we have to deal with these blue halflings every day. Yeah, me too, but I mean, hey, we gotta have to deal with them at some point. It's just how it is. And especially now when they're, as rampant as ever, we can't really do too much about it. Well, there's only one other thing we can do out here, fellas. We just gotta give them as hard of a time as we can. As long as we can drop them here, they won't be able to take the farm from us. And we got Jane with us too. She'll be able to help a lot, even if she doesn't really communicate. What's your name again? Jane? Alright, listen here, Jane. We're gonna have to get all these people back to the hospital. Not hospital, a clinic. The clinic. I know there's a clinic around here somewheres.
Yeah, it should be about a mile up the road from here. If we get everyone loaded up, we can get there quick.
Yeah, just like Mumphrey said. As long as we can get everyone up there a little quick, we should be able to save them before, they actually are dead. Well, best to get going.
If only they knew what was coming to them. They won't be able to see what happens.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry it took me so long for this one to come out, but just college was nuts and everything on my laptop wouldn't have worked. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day.